Greetings, Rovers. I've noticed a lot of discourse and discussion around the question regarding, can my device run Wuthering Waves? What are the requirements? I know a vast majority of you will be playing on a mobile device, and due to the sheer amount of phones on the market, it's incredibly hard to get a straightforward answer. So today we'll be discussing it so you have a general idea. We'll also take a peek at the PC requirements too for you PC people. I understand not everyone is computer or tech savvy, so a ton of this may go over your head. That's why as of today, I'll be opening up a channel over on my Discord where you are free to drop your phone or computer specs, and we as a community can have a discussion on if your device is good enough to run Wuthering Waves. Take a peek at the description below for an invite, or you can just use discord.gg/lolshinya. I look forward to seeing you all there. On the flip side of that, I'm constantly doing giveaways and having discussions with my community over there. I love interacting with you guys, and I think it's an absolute blast. Alright, so before we get into it, let's discuss the difference between minimum requirements and recommended requirements. Minimum is the bottom floor of what you would expect to be able to run the game without any major issues. While technically you could run the game on a less powerful phone or machine, you may experience frame drops, stutters, and just general all-around lag. Recommended is what the developers suggest you use to have the best experience with their game, and have virtually no experience, no interruptions or anything like that when playing. Alright, so firstly, as I assume this is going to be the vast majority of you, let's look at mobile. The requirements for iOS or iPhone are iPhone 11 or newer, and being on iOS 13. Pretty straightforward here, nothing too much to discuss. When it comes to the recommended requirements for your iPhone, Kuro Games is requiring an iPhone 13 for the recommended requirements. You'll be more than likely to play on an iPhone 10 or lower, but again, you're going to experience problems and won't have the optimal gaming experience to really enjoy Wuthering. Now, Android gets a bit more complicated due to there just being thousands upon thousands of different phones on the market. The minimum requirements for Android are a Snapdragon 835 processor, which released in early 2017, which, assuming you have a phone from around that time, you should be able to run the game with realistically no problems. You'll need 12 gigabytes minimum on your phone of storage, so make sure you are deleting those unused apps, photos, and videos. As for the recommended portion, it jumps to a Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1, which is a more recent phone from mid-2022. I recommend checking out the website here, which I will list below. This will give you a general score of your phone, in which Wuthering Waves minimum to run is around 340,000. You can find your phone on the list and compare it this way. While it's not a perfect science, this will be great for those less tech-savvy people. Or again, join my Discord, find the channel, drop it, and we'll talk about it. We can figure out if your phone is beefy enough to run the game or not. Alright, so nextly for my PC users, the minimum requirements for Wuthering Waves is Intel i5, Ryzen 7 2700, 16 gigabytes of RAM, and a GTX 1060 or Radeon 570. The recommended requirements jump up a level with an Intel i7 or Ryzen 7 3700, and for the graphics card an RTX 2060 or Radeon RX 5700. To reiterate, for both of these, you will need minimum of 16 gigabytes of RAM and a minimum of 30 gigabytes of storage space. So make sure you delete all those unused games or programs that you're not using on your computer. For those curious, this is about half the storage space needed that of Genshin Impact. Again, I know a lot of this is foreign to a lot of you, so either come on by my Discord and ask for help, or you could use this website, download the program, run it, and it'll detect your machine and advise you if you can run the game or not. It's not 100% accurate, but at least you'll get an idea of what you need to do to upgrade in order to be able to run the game properly. As long as your computer has been purchased new or built with newer parts within the past 4 to 5 years, you should be a-okay. The graphics for Wuthering Waves aren't going to be super demanding. and Kuro is known for optimizing their games extremely well. I'll go ahead and drop a link to the website below, that way you can download this program and get a general idea. Other than that, the launch on console still hasn't been announced. While we know for certain Wuthering is coming to PS5, it's still uncertain if it'll launch on PS4. They originally said it was going to launch on PS4, but they've been suspiciously quiet regarding the PS4 announcement over the past few months, so we'll have to wait and see what happens there. Stay tuned for more news, and if anything changes, I'll keep you guys updated. I'll see you guys in the next one, and as always, please like, comment, and subscribe. I appreciate you. Later.